important series of debates about corruption. Its genesis, fueling it, the impact of corruption on our growth, GDP, etc. Now, this is the second conversation that the Prime Minister has led on corruption in 10 days, while the opposition has rained fire on central agencies for allegedly being selective, for dancing to the tunes of the executive. Prime Minister Modi launched a counter-attack at the launch of the CBI's Diamond Jubilee celebrations. He categorically called out the ecosystem for maligning the agencies, for cracking down on the corrupt. He has assured the CBI and Enforcement Directorate that in their fight against the ill of corruption, they have always and they will always have the faith of the nation and the law behind them. Listen into what the Prime Minister said.
जिनके खिलाफ एक्शन ले रहे हैं वो बहुत ताकतवर लोग हैं। बरसों बरस तक उन्होंने भी एक इकोसिस्टम बनाया है। इकोसिस्टम अक्सर उनके काले कारनामों को कवर देने के लिए आप जैसी संस्थाओं की छवि बिगाड़ने के लिए एक्टिव हो जाता है। एजेंसी पर ही हमला बोल दो, ये लोग आपका ध्यान भटकाते रहेंगे, लेकिन आपको अपने काम पर फोकस रखना है। और मैं आपको भरोसा दिलाता हूं, देश आपके साथ है, कानून आपके साथ है, देश का संविधान आपके साथ है। आज देश में करप्शन के खिलाफ कार्रवाई करने के लिए राजनीति की इच्छा शक्ति में कोई कमी नहीं है।
There is political will in cracking down on corruption. The Prime Minister, in different parts of his speech, compared his administration to those of past administrations. Now, viewers, are the attacks on the CBI by this so-called ecosystem that the Prime Minister refers to, are they borne out by facts? Now, here's a report card of the CBI. And I want to pay attention to some of these hard facts. 70% conviction strike rate by the CBI. Almost 69.8, 70%, as I said. 69.8% in 2020, 69.1% in 2019. This is all according to a CBI affidavit tabled in the Supreme Court in October 2021. 8 states run by the opposition, however, have withdrawn general consent to the CBI from entering their states and prosecuting or rather prosecuting and examining the antecedents of those they suspect of corruption. Why? Viewers, perhaps it's because, maybe, I don't know, maybe because, for example, the Gandhis, they are facing a money laundering case in stakes and assets of the National Herald. The Patiala House Court has granted bail but has not entertained the Gandhi family as well as the Congress party's pleas to shut down this particular case. Hemant Soren, Jharkhand Chief Minister, he's been charged in a 1,000 crore illegal mining scam. He's been linked to it. The Governor, Ramesh Bais, didn't act on the EC recommendation as of now, but the EC said that action needs to be taken against Mr. Hemant Soren. Praful Patel, NCP, the charge here again, viewers, of the Enforcement Directorate laundering in CJ House case linked to Iqbal Mirchi, questioned by ED for 12 hours, but the case is still pending. There is no real movement forward. So many people are saying that this was a fishing expedition. ED's charge, Sanjay Raut of the Uddhav Sena. Raut benefited from Patra Chaul redevelopment. Special court said arrest was illegal, granted bail. The matter rests there. Again, therefore, many people are saying that, look, he was targeted for being in the opposition. The ED's charge against Abhishek Banerjee, Mamta Banerjee's nephew, benefited from illegal trade of coal from Asansol. September 22, the Supreme Court extends protection from arrest. The case is going on. P. Chidambaram, SC grants bail, proceedings still pending. That was, of course, an alleged quid pro quo in the FIPP clearance to INX media case. That was both ED and CBI. But viewers, let's open this up because I want to begin with Mr. Shergill, national spokesperson of the BJP. Mr. Shergill, I want you to pay attention to a couple of more facts. I want you to tell me what happened with Suvendu Adhikari. In 2016, the Narada scam, sting of Suvendu Adhikari and others allegedly taking a bribe. In 2020, the TMC Neta joins the BJP. The status of this case is rather bizarre. For the same offence, Firad Hakim, Subrata Mukherjee, Madan Mitra, Sovan Chatterjee have been arrested. They're all TMC members. But Suvendu Adhikari is having a field day. Absolute field day in Bengal. Can you explain this, number one? You have Mukul Roy, 2016, Narada scam, sting of Roy and others allegedly taking a bribe. The TMC Neta joins the BJP. The status is no action against Mr. Roy. So either the CBI was cooking up things against him when he was with the TMC, or he's also now back with the TMC. And I can tell you that the cases are beginning once again. So when he was in the BJP, he got an amnesty for a few months. Is that what happened? There's Himanta Biswa Sarma. 2014, Sardar scam, raided and interrogated by CBI. Then he joins the BJP. Now CBI submitted Sarma was not examined in 2019. So, and this goes on. Narayan Rane, another person. So can you explain to me what to make of this?
Rahul, thank you for having me on your show. Firstly, on pure statistics and facts, and before I make my political point, the names you have took, even these individuals, after joining the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma and Suvendu Adhikari, were called by the CBI, and in fact, it's Mr. Himanta's own statement. He was in fact made a witness when Ms. Mamta Banerjee was accusing him in the Sarda scam. Point number one. Point number two, any citizen of this country, especially the opposition political parties, are free to move any court of law. I will give free legal advice under section 156(3) of the CRPC, or approach the High Court in a writ if they feel that any investigating agencies are moving clay-footed or at a glacial pace qua any specific individual. Number three, the entire opposition acquisition against the central government that there is a misuse of agencies is loaded with hypocrisy, doublespeak and pure chicanery. And I'll tell you why. When Congress accuses TMC of colluding with bureaucracy for smuggling girls, cattle, girls and daughters, 17th March 2021 is statement of Anand Ranganathan Chaudhary, then it is honesty. When the CBI goes after TMC, it is political vendetta. When Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary says against Ms. Mamta Banerjee that she goes to Italy to hide her foreign money earned out of coal scam, kettle scam, then it is Congress's fight for corruption, but investigating agencies are launching a malicious prosecution. Number three, when the investigation agencies launch a case against Aam Aadmi Party and BRS on the liquor scam, Congress claps and fights to claim credit, but files an application in the Supreme Court on misuse of agencies. Aam Aadmi Party has arrested 3 Congress former ministers in Punjab from where I hail, but no, BJP is misusing agencies. And my last point, a legal point. If the charge of misuse of agencies, malicious prosecution, political vendetta is true, then how come no court of law in the past 8 years has given a relief to any opposition leader on this ground? Where does the shoe pinch? The shoe pinch is here.
Okay.
It is the opposition is perturbed by the fact that under strong will of Prime Minister Modi, the culture in investigating agencies has changed from look away to look deep. The culture has changed away from cover up to catch. And my last example, look at the examples given on world stage today. When it comes to UPA, FATF is giving an example of money laundering through sale of painting. Okay. When it comes to the NDA, example is given, the Prime Minister Modi has the highest approval rating. Okay. So that is the alpha and omega. Opposition is troubled.
Okay.
Why is
Tehseen Poonawalla, let me bring you into
Why, under the BJP rule, the direct
Okay, you know, Javi Shergill was till very recently a congressman, and therefore he perhaps knows where the Congress itself was playing a hypocritical game, Mr. Poonawalla, and was perhaps misleading the public. And he's quoted Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's quoted Mr. Makan, who came out and said that Sisodia should be thrown into jail. Now, how is it that when the ED and the CBI or other investigative agencies pull out material on Sisodia, the Congress takes this position and hails it also when the CBI or the central agencies take out stuff against your other opponents, even the BRS, then it's okay. But when it's against you, then the same CBI and ED become bad people, caged parrots, or call it what you want.
The CBI under the UPA, without a doubt, and JFP was one of the best Congress spokespersons. It's a loss for the Congress that he's gone to the BJP. Was a caged parrot, but now it's a dead parrot. It's an absolutely dead parrot. And I'll tell you why. Because data from Sri Amit Shahji's ministry shows, out of the 124 raids done by the CBI, 118 are on opposition. Out of the 121 raids done by the ED, 115 on opposition, just 6 on BJP and its allies. And the Enforcement Directorate, when the Enforcement Directorate, the Director of Enforcement of ED, when the Supreme Court in a written judgment says his tenure will not be extended, 12 members of the opposition are thrown out of Rajya Sabha and the tenure of the ED director is extended. In this entire vast, great country, you found only one person to lead the ED who miraculously, in the case of Himanta Biswa, as Jaiveer says, is now made a witness. So the BJP removes a white paper on him. When he comes to the BJP, he miraculously becomes a witness. Yes, you call him for an interrogation. What does that mean? It means nothing. An interrogation of Adhikari or Himanta Biswa Sharma means nothing. When courts order a probe in Yapam, 6 people have committed suicide. This chief minister has not even called for an interrogation. And here's what happens. Ajit Pawar, who the BJP accuses of being corrupt, when he joins hands with Devendra Fadnavis, is suddenly clean and goes back to the NCP, investigation starts. How does this magic work? And then Javi asked, tell me where courts have come down heavily. What did the court say in terms of Sanjay Rao? They said this is a complete misuse of the agency. Therefore, in ED, your prosecution record is 0.5%. And during the UPA time, the CBI prosecuted much more than what it's prosecuting today.
Well, I'll tell you what Dr. Ranganathan will do. He will pull out a YS Chaudhary googly and bowl it across the screen. But one second, Dr. Ranganathan, just 30 seconds. You know, Tehseen, on a lighter note, Tehseen, you talked about the caged parrot and the dead parrot. But Javi Shergill is a free parrot. and to today, paraphrase Rahul Gandhi, उन्होंने आपकी आज थोड़ी हवा निकाल दी है. Tehseen bhai, he has taken your hawa out. The BRS is looking a bit bemused. But Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly, in 30 seconds, where do you stand on this issue? If not in the middle.
No, my good friend Javier is, I'm afraid, on such a sticky wicket that I'm not going to take Chaudhary's name, because anything I bowl, even a lollipop, will turn out to be a googly. So, but I'm just going to say, when he talked about look away, instead of look away, now the BJP in a war on corruption is looking deep. He must know that as far as Malia is concerned, something that allowed him to escape was this notice that was changed from the last minute from detain to look out. And there's it. Bye-bye Malia. And there are so many other cases. I need not even take Mr. Chaudhary's name or Mr. Anand Singh, my namesake, change. Everyone who the BJP protested and said should be in jail is right now in the BJP.
Okay. Well,
let me not take those names. Let me just ask Mr. Shergill just one question. You wanted Mr. Ajit Pawar to be behind bars. You wanted him to be arrested for corruption. Was he not the one who gave oaths to Mr. Fadnavis at 3 a.m. in the morning? Is this your war on corruption?
Mr. Shergill, respond.
Not going away from politics and sticking pure to facts and, separating the wheat from the chaff. 1.25 lakh crore of rupees have been recovered in black money in India. This is facts and government reports. 98,000 crore worth assets reflecting proceeds of crime have been attached.
Look, viewers,
more than 1,500 FCRA
look, viewers,
registration. Yes, I'm coming to that question.
Come to that question. Come
These Vijay Mallya's, Mehul Choksi's, yes, these Vijay Mallya's and Mehul Choksi's,
Yeah.
has any one proof been led by any court of law and he's facing many proceedings?
Sure, I understand
that.
that.
It is the BJP government responsible for his running away?
But
One.
some of those
Two,
parrots have flown away
the extradition
and they're sitting
of
in a
Vijay
different
Mallya,
country.
he can run from pillar to post.
And
Neerav Modi is in a jail in London. Neerav Modi is in jail in London. Vijay Mallya extradition order has
Okay,
been
very
passed.
quickly,
Have
very
you
quickly.
heard
Let me
story
bring in
under the
BRS.
UPA?
Very
Where
quickly,
the
sir,
headline
30
was
seconds.
Scam and loot.
Mr. Reddy, I'm not saying it. The Congress party said that the Liquorgate scam, Mr. Markan said it, Liquorgate scam is spot on. Everyone implicated in it needs to go to jail. How do you respond to that? This has nothing to do with the BJP. Very quick.
See, Congress criticizes sometimes, Congress accepts sometimes. It is not a certificate for anyone. We don't bother about it. Let me talk about the CBI and Honorable Prime Minister's statement on it. You know, the feel-good statements on CBI does not reflect the actual scene of CBI and its feeling today. Now, there are two CBIs in this country. One CBI is for BJP, other for opposition. Now, look at this. Now, what you wanted from Mr. Ranganathan, I am just feeling it. The BJP called them as Andhra Malyas.
Yeah.
Mr. Y.S. Chowdhury and CM Ramesh.
No, let me
and
also
this
tell
is
you,
CBI for BJP.
Mr. Reddy,
the
let me
join,
I'll take your point forward.
No, no, one more thing.
One second, sir. I've run out of time. But I will add a point to what you're saying. Just listen to me. BJP accused the NPP. One minute, please. Please, sir. I've run out of time, sir.
Let me tell you. Rahul,
please, sir. Respect, sir. All respect. I've run out of time.
I will not give enough time.
I've run out of time. I agree with you, and my absolute apologies. But I just want to say, the BJP accused the NPP of corruption in Meghalaya and yet formed a post-poll alliance with Congrad Samra. This is also something that Mr. Shergill, you need to remember.
Next debate.
And the next debate where we continue. I've run out of time. I'm leaving it at this. Viewers, there's hypocrisy all around. There's hypocrisy all around. And corruption is returning as a main issue. From now on, we need to see how some of these googlies are batted on by these various stakeholders. Let's see. We've got about 300 days for the elections. I'll leave it at this.